Thank you for watching, and remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your support.
From Grace, we're going to have more on Grace in just a minute, so those sandbags could come in handy down the line if you don't end up needing them for what's left of Fred. But as we take a look at active conditions here, I mean, we still have some pretty good gusts here, 30, 35 miles per hour. That's a little bit stiff there, not probably enough to cause some damage, but we'll watch these squalls as they continue to push in across the region throughout the day. Now, keep in mind that even as the remnants of Fred move northward, that's going to keep the onshore flow moving in through the Keys and across much of South Florida. So you may still see showers and thunderstorms off and on throughout the weekend, and any of those individual storms could bring in those stronger gusts, 30, maybe 40 miles per hour or so overall with Fred. Now, as for rainfall, Mount should be okay. You know, 1 to 2 inches, we should be able to take this. So Fred's a little bit weaker. That's a little bit of good news, but we'll have to watch down the line as it moves. You've got what's left of Fred working its way up towards the north. At the same time, you've got a frontal boundary, the same one that's producing the severe weather into the mid-Atlantic and northeast, that's going to stall as it makes its way closer towards the Gulf Coast. So all that moisture then is going to get concentrated across the deep south, across the Gulf Coast states, even into parts of the Appalachians as well as into Tennessee. Here's the forecast cone, and notice this could be coming in sometime late on Monday is what we're thinking, but it will be slowing down as it does so it makes it tricky and leaves some of the effects lingering here. And look how long it takes before it makes it into parts of Tennessee. That could happen maybe on Wednesday. So the winds, not necessarily an issue over the next couple of days. We will have some onshore flow, so keep that in mind on your Sunday, that there'll be a risk of rip currents even if you don't get the storms, and then the winds really will start to increase more on Monday. So this is going to be a big moisture issue. All that moisture, look at the reds and the oranges widespread across the region. We get extra lift because the higher terrain across the Appalachians, and that could lead to some really heavy downpours, 3 to 5 inches widespread. Now, one of the other concerns going forward is going to be aftershocks. We've already had one pretty strong aftershock, 5.2 magnitude, and that can be expected in the days and weeks even ahead. This was farther west, though, than the 2010 earthquake, which really impacted Port-au-Prince. So this is farther away from some of the populated areas. Hopefully that will keep the numbers down a little bit, but the images coming in are just really devastating. Now, on top of all of this, unfortunately, we've got Grace, which is heading in that direction. If you're just joining us, Grace has intensified a little bit. 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm here. The hurricane hunters are working their way into Grace as we speak, and we'll get a better fix on the data. Right now, it's just estimated by satellite. Tropical storm warnings for the U.S. Virgin Islands as well as Puerto Rico. This will move across the Caribbean and bring 3 to 5 inches of rainfall easily across the area, likely moving towards Haiti Monday. Fred, so it makes it a little bit more complicated because we've got a cold front that's approaching from the north. That front is not going to be cleaning through the region. It's not going to sweep through. It's going to stall out. And so all that moisture is going to get focused and concentrated ahead of the front. And with Fred coming in, that just makes the situation even worse, unfortunately. Here's a look at the forecast cone, kind of focusing in on the Gulf Coast states as well as into parts of Tennessee. You can see how it slows as it approaches the coast. This would be late Monday into Tuesday, and then moving northward as we head into your Wednesday. So all throughout the region, widespread rains can be expected. Now, the wind impacts are going to be great beginning to pick up onto your Sunday. So keep in mind, even though you might not get some squalls yet, on Sunday, we've got the onshore flow. So the risk of rip currents is going to be great. So remember, if it looks good at the beach, it doesn't mean it's going to be good into the water. Now, Monday, those winds will really begin to pick up, and we'll watch that begin to increase, but not really concerned about that well inland. There's that moisture getting lifted and concentrated across the region. That's going to last through the middle of the week, and of course complicated as well with the higher terrain across the southern Appalachians where flash flooding is going to be.